Bitcoin has finally broken out and actually has hit one of our targets for the bullish scenario, but we should not be overzealous. We should not get overexcited because something very scary might happen very soon. And in today's video, I'll explain to you guys exactly what I think is going to happen, but also what might happen if things go wrong and how to prepare, and obviously how to trade it and hopefully make some juicy freaking gains. To quickly go over the scenario, Bitcoin has broken out. We've basically been bouncing off of this major support at roughly $19,000 for a significant amount of time. The Bollinger Bands earlier confirmed to us that there was too little volatility and a breakout was bound to happen. And we covered the exact triangle that we were watching, which indeed broke out about a day or two ago. And again, let's quickly go over some fundamental little profit-taking pieces, strategy pieces, and all that stuff. So again, we were watching one main triangle. And actually, this can be seen on multiple different charts, but all the tops are basically the same, and the bottom, yeah, it can deviate a little bit, but I don't think it matters too much. We've all seen this significant downtrend for the Bitcoin tops for the last couple of weeks here. I think it's apparent on literally every single chart that we do have open as of this point. Some a little bit more macro, some a little bit smaller, but the idea was quite clear. We've been seeing lower highs, and lower highs. And well, on the short term, even though we did recognize a little stable bottom, we were actually starting to see the Bitcoin price converge. And again, making use of the Bollinger Bands as well, we noticed there's actually a crazy low amount of volatility and a breakout is yet to happen. But again, looking at our stable tops and stable bottoms, we were ranging between 18.4 and about $20.4 thousand. And as we said before, the moment that we break out with some confirmation, a juicy trade is bound to happen. But on the short term, and I believe we covered this over on the 24th or the 23rd, before this major breakout happened, I told you as well, this is a breakout you can actually trade as well on the lower time frames. Because of the Bollinger Band confirmation, there was just too little volatility and Bitcoin had to move somewhere within a couple of days. And by the way, guys, if you've not checked it out yet, make sure you check out BitGet. A link is down below. It's the exchange I'm using to trade right now. I believe you can use it everywhere around the world with no VPN and no KYC. Sign up now to get $10 for free, and if you deposit, you get $20 in XRP. And I personally use this to leverage trade because I think you can trade up to 100x even. I don't do that, but I think it's possible. And right now, you get a lot of other deposit bonuses, upwards of $8,000. And that basically means if you deposit something, you might get a juicy reward. And to explain these rewards and why they're so good is because these can be used as free trading money, basically. And if you utilize these leverages that you can use, well, you're not trading with $8,000, but potentially with $800,000, and that is absolutely massive. But just check it out, get yourself a $10 little sign-up bonus and $20 for free if you deposit something. Check it out. And let's move on. Now, again, we covered the upward scenario, which was most likely, and we covered a downward scenario. But since the upward scenario happened, let's continue on and explain, I guess, what my expectations are. So again, we have literally every single chart showing us a bullish breakout like I covered before. Our first profit sign, however, or our first profit target actually lied at roughly $21,000. And there was a little bit of a hiccup. And that was that we did want to actually get above about $20.4 thousand, which you can see in our different chart is a major resistance area. And so we basically kept in the back of our heads, if we do break above $20.4 thousand, it is most likely going to be a pretty easy move towards 21,000. And again, our second take profit is actually all the way at 23.5-ish, and our third at about $25,000. But as I say in hopefully every video, take profit a little bit lower than these major targets. Right now, for example, we did not hit exactly 21,172. No, the highest point that the price hit here was $21,016 on Coinbase. That should be a lesson as well, to take profit slightly below these psychological barriers, preferably here at 20.9 something thousand. You just have the highest likelihood of actually closing your trade at that point. With that in mind, you can actually see a couple of additional hiccups along the journey. We have, for example, the 200 weekly moving average right here at roughly $24,000 additionally. And we actually have a very short-term problem to this bullish scenario, which is also what I described to you guys over the last couple of days. Again, please look back at my videos because literally everything that's happening right now is following the expectation. I don't see anything strange just quite yet. And what we expected basically was a breakout to happen towards the upside. And after that breakout, we basically expected the Bitcoin price to pull back a little bit and then potentially continue on with the run, hopefully hitting our additional targets, or as well, as of this point, we can't tell for certain, a retest, which by the way is happening right now, and then a massive swing towards the downside. As you guys have seen, about $1 billion worth of shorts got liquidated earlier yesterday. And as of this point, it would be perfect for a couple of major bears to try and push that price downwards, as they can make a ton of money if that were to happen. As of this point, a crazy amount of people have FOMO'd in towards the upside. Massive amounts of people have sold their shorts to potentially buy Bitcoin back. Well, when you're selling your shorts, you're basically buying Bitcoin. And they might literally have to sell everything yet again when prices come crashing down, which might be literally what their plan is. Again, for our bearish scenario, we still keep in mind $14,000, and that is actually also potentially backed up by one of our longer term charts right here. This is your logarithmic weekly chart for Bitcoin. And if we take a look at the multi-year trend line here, one of the prices that does become quite apparent is roughly $14,000 in the next couple of weeks to flow along with the trend line. Again, guys, traditionally though, Bitcoin has not been below the 200 weekly moving average for this significant amount of time. And so I personally still do expect upside to happen. I do expect it's just going to be a retest before another bounce. And again, our massive profit targets are still roughly $23,000 and $25,000 with a couple of minor hiccups along the way, like the 200 weekly moving average and, for example, $22.5 thousand here. But it probably won't be that much of an issue, as this might have literally been all that Bitcoin needed to get back on track. Right now, it's got a lot of support and a lot of enthusiasm again. And even though I personally think we're not in the clear just quite yet, as long as enough people do think so, things look pretty good. That was it. See you guys later.